Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another edition of the DC Capstone Report. It is great to be back with you on another podcast on Alabama football. Well, we get to talk about the LSU game this week, and just coming off of a bye week, just great to see us have a good week of preparation for LSU, and look forward to seeing what we're going to do against the LSU Tigers in Bryant-Denny Stadium this Saturday night. Before we get started, I want to thank Lance Shores for all he does back in the studio making this happen. He's producing this podcast each and every week. I want to thank Lance's sites, RollTideBama.com and FreelancePictures.com, for sponsoring this podcast. Get out there and look at those websites. Get you some great Alabama football content from each one of those sites. Wonderful pictures that Lance takes of all the games. He'll be at the LSU game taking some great pictures on the lights there at Bryant-Denny. Have an opportunity to take a look at those at this week's game. And our other sponsor, Karen Cottingham with Keller Williams Realty, right here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. For all your real estate needs, contact Karen at 205-887-4008. If you need to buy a house, sell a house, looking for somewhere for your students to live or a game day condo, she's the one to contact. That's Karen Cottingham with Keller Williams Realty, right here in Tuscaloosa at 205-887-4008. Well, today on the podcast, in the first segment, we're going to review the things that took place in the bye week. In our second segment, we're going to preview the upcoming game against the LSU Tigers. And then our third and final segment, we're going to look at our players to watch against the game against the LSU Tigers. Well, welcome back to the podcast, everyone. We're glad to have you listening in. Thank you for listening in to our podcast each and every week. I would appreciate you, if you like our podcast, to like it, share it. We're on Facebook at DC Capstone Report Facebook page, dccapstonereport.com. You can also listen on Spotify and on YouTube at DC Capstone Report. Like our podcast, share it with your friends. Make sure everyone has an opportunity to hear us each and every week here on the DC Capstone Report. Well, in the first segment, we're going to take a look and review at the bye week. Well, one of the things I said last week that we needed to do was get healthy, get some rest, and get focused. It seems that we did that on most all counts. The only negative, I think, that I heard coming out of bye week was the arrest of Dre Kirkpatrick Jr. I'll go ahead and talk about that up front this morning. Anytime you have a bye week and the players have some time on their hands, you have to have very much internal discipline to keep yourself, your nose clean, keep out of trouble. And apparently, from all the reports that have been listed with the Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Office, Dre Kirkpatrick Jr. was well known by the officers on the strip, and he had some issues before with speeding and different things, and he was arrested for speeding, reckless driving, eluding police, and he will have to face the consequences. Coach DeBoer mentioned in his press conference that he had been suspended indefinitely from the team. And I'm sure there's a way for him to work his way back on, but that is going to be a piece of the puzzle on defense that will be missing. Jay Kirkpatrick Jr. has added a lot of depth at the Husky position, the safety position. He's come in late in games with a hard-hitting, hard-nosed football that he does and made a difference on some late drives in some close games. So we'll definitely miss him in this game. But other players seem to have done well during the bye week. Seem to have gotten healthy, seem to have got some rest. We got some people who are focused in on this game against LSU, and that's exactly what we needed during this bye week. I think also we came out of the bye week with a great practice. It sounds like from everyone I've heard coming out of the practice that took place on Sunday and then yesterday, all good things. It seems like the coaches were concentrating on running the ball and seeing what they could do in the off week to adjust some of the things that they had done to make it better for our team to execute. And so I think look for a better improvement in our running game against LSU as well. Another thing I think to look for, a big game from this bye week, is a complete mental focus. Seems like every player that's spoken after the bye week have been honed in. They realize that, hey, you play in September and October in order to be able to be in the run in November. And look where Alabama has come from. Losing that opening game against Florida State, dropping out of the top 25, nowhere in the playoff rankings, and then end up now when the playoff rankings come out, that Alabama is number 4, the last bye received. I think the playoff rankings came out last week, and last night, and you got Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, and Alabama, your top four in the playoff right now. So everything that this Alabama team has worked for is on the table. But you have to finish, and this team is going to have to finish this season. And the bye week was a very important part, a cog, if you will, that will help catapult them in these last four games. They've got LSU, Oklahoma, Eastern Illinois, and Auburn on the list. They've got to win these four games to be able to set themselves up for that national championship run with a bye going into the playoffs. So the next game on the schedule is LSU, and I think everyone's come out of the bye week with focus on LSU. And I think LSU is going to present a challenge, but the good thing is they are prepared for that. They were able to think about that during the bye week in preparation that they'll be coming in with a new interim coach, with a new renewed focus to try to beat Alabama and change their season for this interim coach that they love so much. So we're going to have an opportunity to learn in the bye week how to come out fast and play against this LSU team. And I think we're going to do well by doing just that. I think we've learned everything we need to know about our team, about ourselves, and we've used the bye week to get healthy mentally and physically and focused in order to face this LSU team. Well, welcome back to the second segment of the DC Capstone Report. Today we're coming off a bye week, so in our second segment we're going to preview the upcoming game against the LSU Tigers. LSU comes in Saturday night to Bryant-Denny Stadium under the lights to try to shock the world on national television and knock off Alabama. They're going to revenge over getting blown out last year at home by us. And they were coming in with an interim coach. They fired their coach, Brian Kelly, and he is interim coach Frank Wilson. All the players love him, and they want to play for him. So this LSU team is going to pose a very imposing force coming in. They're going to be really excited to play for their interim coach, the ones that they really love him. He recruited them. Some of his players were talking about this week the first actual practice they've had in 4 years. So he's a hard-nosed, physical football coach that's got this team ready to play, ready to run through a brick wall for him. So Alabama's got to face that coming in to Bryant-Denny Stadium in LSU. So how do we do that? Well, we come off the bye week focused physically and mentally. Alabama has notoriously, under Kalen DeBoer, played really well and executed really well coming off bye weeks. They had great games against LSU last year coming off a bye week, against Georgia coming off a bye week. So it is a great opportunity for this team to hit the ground running and focus. And I think that's how we're going to win this game, is what we do in the first 4 to 8 minutes of this game. They're going to come out with a lot of emotion and a lot of passion, and the way you combat that is with aggressive physical play by the Alabama football team. Fast. Got to start fast offensively and got to start fast defensively. They've got to play well in the first 4 to 8 minutes to get this team. Why I say that is everyone talks about how this team will be up for playing for their interim coach and how the passion of revenge against Alabama and want to shock the world, and they're going to come out playing with their emotions they can, and they will. But all that emotion goes out the window the first time you get punched in the mouth. And I think that's what we have to do physically against this LSU team, is be more physical at the line of scrimmage, both on offense and defense, to start with. The way we're going to win this game is by coming out and getting ahead of them early, starting fast, and taking the momentum out of them, taking the emotion out of it. And I believe if we do that, they'll revert back to the culture that Brian Kelly had built there, which just doesn't allow that team to finish. So I think that's the way we beat this team. Come out early, come out fast, come out hard, come out physical. And the way we do that is run the ball. Hearing Ryan Grubb talk about on offense, running the ball, being aggressive and physical on the offensive side of the ball on the line of scrimmage. We got to win that line of scrimmage. We got to run the ball and set up those chunk plays on passing game. And if we do that on offense and start fast and get up a couple of scores, I think we can blow this team out. If we don't start fast on offense and we don't start fast on defense, then I think it's going to be a close game, and we still can win this game as a close game. But I'm looking for a blowout to get it over early and be able to get this team back where they need to be after a bye week hitting on all cylinders. I don't think we played our best game yet, but I think we can in this LSU game come out, hit on all cylinders, and blow out this team. So, in my opinion, on offense, we run the ball to set up the pass and take advantage of the chunk plays down the field, explosive plays when they kind of crowd the line of scrimmage to stop that run. If we can do that, then we're going to get up early and be scoring often. And I think our defense is up to the challenge as well. We need to come out on defense and out physical LSU. LSU's got some playmakers at different plays. Got a very experienced quarterback in Garrett Nussmeier. Got an awesome tight end, one of the most physical, imposing tight ends that we'll ever play against in this game. So we have to neutralize their passing game and stop their running game. No gashes, no letdowns, and be able to play physical and get off the field on third downs. Don't let them stay on the field. Don't give them any momentum, but punch them hard in the mouth physically every time. And I don't mean literally punch them. I mean hit them, block them, tackle them. Even when they catch the ball, make them wish they hadn't. And if we will make them, we will make them quit in this game if we do that, if we impose our will offensively and defensively on this team. So I think Alabama has what it takes to come off a bye week and really make a statement on national television. I think they can make a statement that we are one of the best teams in America and the way we come out and play this game, and set us up well for our upcoming games and the ability to get into the college football playoff, which has been the goal once we started this season. So I think Alabama can do it. I think it's going to be a blowout win, and even if it's not, I think it'll be a close victory because I really think Alabama is the better team playing this year when we play against LSU at home. Well, welcome back to the third and final segment. We're going to close it out here talking about the LSU game with looking at some players to watch and show what to watch for when Alabama has the ball or when LSU has the ball. Well, first of all, in this game, when Alabama has the ball, we need to look for Ty Simpson to have his Heisman performance game. He needs to be on point. I think he was a little off in the last game that we played against South Carolina. He needs to be on point, throwing the ball. He needs to be on point, making decisions. He needs to be in every phase of the game on point. No mistakes, no turnovers, taking what they give you on defense and hitting the open receivers on the deep balls when he has the opportunity. I think he can do it, and I think this is going to be a game for Ty Simpson to shine and get all his accolades out of this game against LSU under the lights that night, on Saturday night. And I think the player that's going to help him do that on offense is Jeremy Bernard. I think Jeremy Bernard did a great job in the South Carolina game. I think he had a great off week, a bye week. Got some rest. He got his mental focus right. Everything he said coming out of the bye week has given him excitement that he's ready to play and looking forward to this game against LSU. I think he poses a tough matchup for some of LSU's defensive backfield, especially when they use him in the slot or out of the backfield, catching the ball or running the ball. So look for Jeremy Bernard to have a good game in this game. So I think on offense, when Alabama has the ball, we need to look for Ty Simpson and Jeremy Bernard to make a statement in this game. And then who is going to run the ball? Will it be Jam Miller? Or will it be Daniel Hill? Will Kevin Riley get a shot? Who will it be in this game that's going to emerge as the go-to runner? Who's going to have the hot hand? And if we can have Ty Simpson play his best game, Jeremy Bernard play his best game, and then whoever emerges with the hot hand, run the ball well, I think this offense is going to have an opportunity to take some shots, get some scores against this LSU defense. When LSU has the ball, we got to watch on defense for several players. One is Tim Keenan. Can Tim Keenan plug the holes on the front? Can all the other linemen assist him in stopping LSU's running game? If we can do that, and I think Tim Keenan is a big part of that, whether he's occupying two blockers and giving other people to make the tackles or whether he's making the tackles himself, I think it's going to have an opportunity for Tim Keenan to really show up in this game and make a difference, be a game changer on defense. Another defensive player to watch is Deontay Lawson. I think he had one of his best games against South Carolina. He's feeling better than he's felt in a while, getting his legs and his back under him. And the bye week has done nothing but give him more time to get healthy and get mentally focused. So I look for Deontay Lawson to have a big game. And not only Deontay Lawson, but I think it's going to be important that Justin Jefferson and Kyle Hill-Green, Deontay Lawson, all the three of them interchangeably running at those middle linebacker positions has good games. And the reason I say that is the tight end is going to be coming across the middle a lot, and he's big and he's imposing. He can catch the ball and he's fast and athletic. So I think whenever they are matched up against the tight end, and I think LSU will put them in formations where the tight end will have to be on a linebacker sometimes and try to take advantage of that mismatch. I think that they have to man up in coverage and make sure that tight end doesn't make the plays to be game changer for LSU. And when they're not covering the tight end, the next guy to look for is Red Morgan. I think Red Morgan's come along here recently at that Husky position. And so I think that he'll have an opportunity to cover the tight end some in this game as well. And that tight end is no slouch. He's very athletic, a great player, and he can be a game changer for LSU. So we don't need to give him any momentum by allowing that tight end to make plays. So if Tim Keenan can stop the run, and then Deontay Lawson, Justin Jefferson, Kyle Hill-Green, and Red Morgan can stop that intermittent passing along over the middle and make them punish them when they catch it and knock it away and let them hear footsteps, I think that's going to be good. And the next key is, can we get pressure on Garrett Nussmeier? Garrett Nussmeier is a seasoned quarterback who plays well under pressure, and we're going to have to get him on the ground. Keep him in the pocket and get him on the ground. And I think that that's going to come from Yanze Pierre. So a person to watch on defense on Yanze Pierre, can he get to the quarterback and put the pressure on the quarterback? I look for Yanze Pierre to have a big game, Tim Keenan to have a big game, and the defense to have a big game in stopping LSU. This defense hadn't given up much more than 18 points a game average this year. And I don't think they do that in this game as well. I think Alabama comes away with a big victory over LSU. We hit on all cylinders. We start fast, and we come away with a big victory over LSU. I got Alabama winning this game again in a blowout fashion. I got Alabama 41, LSU 17. Well, that's it this week for the DC Capstone Report. I want to thank each and every one of you listening this week. I want to thank our sponsors again, RollTideBama.com, FreelancePictures.com, and Karen Cottingham, Realtor with Keller Williams, right here in Tuscaloosa. For all your real estate needs, contact Karen at 205-887-4008. Well, thank you for listening this week. Share our podcast, share it with your friends, let them know about it. And we look forward to being back here with you next week with another exciting podcast on Alabama football. Until then, this is DC with the DC Capstone Report, signing off with a big Roll Tide.